Good evening friends. Today we will learn how to make a 12 volt battery with lithium ion prismatic cells. These are my prismatic cells. They come very well packed, as we can see. Yeah. They are packed quite well, right? This is each prismatic cell, right? As you can see, these are 100 ampere cells, right? Now let's make a battery out of these. Let's measure the voltage of each cell. We put this on 20 volts, right? And let's see. This is 3.36 volts. Yeah. This is again 3.35 volts. Yeah. Here we are 3.35 volts. 3.35 volts. Yeah. This is 3.35 volts. Yeah. Every one of the batteries is 3.35, 3.6 volts. Okay. Now let's connect these in the right fashion. This is our positive, as we can see, and this is a negative, right? So we shall be connecting in this fashion, positive to negative and negative to positive, right? And again positive to negative. This is how we'll make our battery. Okay. Now many people use a double-sided tapes to stick between two cells. Never ever use double-sided tape, because that itself battery can get heated and the double-sided tape will melt, right? Always use bus bars. Yeah. These are nickel bus bars. They have been coated. Sorry, these are copper bus bars. They have been coated with nickel. Always use bus bars for your connection. Okay. This will give us a battery, right? Let's see what is the voltage between our positive and negative now. As we can see, it's already 13.14. Can you have a look at it here? I hope it's visible. This is 13.43, right? That's how we'll make our battery. Okay. Always use epoxy as a separator between your cells. Yeah. And then cover the whole battery also with epoxy, right? So here we are. We're going to use a epoxy sheet as a separator between our cells. Okay. And after that we are going to use a filament tape. Okay, we're going to use a filament tape to completely cover the battery so that it does not move. And it's really sturdy, becomes one single unit. Our battery is ready now. Here we are. Okay, we'll connect a little more epoxy to it, and now first and foremost we'll start attaching the bus bars. These are the places where we place our bus bars. And these are the screws with which we connect our bus bars. Bus bars have a bigger advantage also, right? They ensure that the battery does not move. So it stays in one place. Yeah, all the cells also continue to stay in one place. That's important, right? So that the cells do not move. Okay. I have seen people connect the batteries here, yeah, battery cells with a help of a cable, a thick cable. Okay, when you do that, the battery moves a little. This bus bar will ensure that the battery does not move. Okay, the cells do not move, they are all in one place, and that's really important, that the cells should not move. Okay, now we'll connect our battery. Yeah. Okay, our bus bars are connected and our battery is ready now, right? It's all ready. Let's measure the voltage. Okay, here is our positive and the negative terminals. As we can see, it's giving 13.43 volts, 44 volts. Yeah. Okay. After charge, it should give us a little more, but the battery is almost fully charged, as we can see. Okay. This will also not move. This is perfect. Okay. Now it's absolutely perfect. We'll connect a little more epoxy sheets and make it firm. Okay. Let's connect epoxy sheets everywhere and make it a little more firm. Right, as we can see, पूरी battery बन गई है. The battery is ready now. Yeah, I have connected it with epoxy everywhere. Right, we got epoxy at the bottom also. This is completely properly sealed now. Okay. After that, we should be connecting our BMS. Here is our BMS that we need to connect. Right. Okay, this BMS has these sensor wires. Okay, I soldered. On the sensor wires I have soldered this, so this is very easy to connect over here. Okay, the connections are very simple. It will all start with the negative over here. The first will be the negative always. Okay, then the first green one is on the first positive, right? Second green one is on the second positive. Third red one is on the third positive, and the fourth finally red one is on the final positive, right? Let's just connect these wires. Okay, and after that I'll test the setup and come back to you. After the wires have been connected, you should always test the wires before you connect it to BMS. Otherwise, the BMS can get spoiled, right? So you test it by connecting the black lead to the black lead. Testing the first one. Here we are. Let's look at the voltage. Okay. right? Let's just test it out. There we are, 3.35 volts. Next one, 6.71 volts. Next one, 10.7 volts. And the final one, 13.43 volts. I'll test it again. Here we are, 3.36 volts, 6 volts, 6.7 volts, 10.07 volts, and 13.43 volts. Now we are ready to connect this to our BMS. We'll connect these sensor wires to our BMS, and of course, as we can see, this is going to go to battery negative. We'll connect this to battery negative, right? This will be our load negative, and we'll take out the load positive from here, right? Friends, our battery is almost ready. Yeah, as you can see, I have just connected a epoxy sheet wherein I had all my connections. Just I connected it, and with a tape I closed it. Yeah, that's all. And I placed my BMS here. Okay, this is a temperature sensor of the BMS. I'll be just placing it close to one of the batteries. Okay, or putting it inside in the battery so it can test, right? It can test if any of the batteries is getting heated. Accordingly, decision will be taken to switch off the BMS. Okay, this BMS also comes with a common port with balancing. So it's the same port which is used for connections. The same port is used for balancing also. So this BMS does the balancing. Currently, I've just placed it over here, as you can see. Right. After that, we need to connect our blue wire. Okay, to battery minus. It's written B minus to battery minus. Okay, before we do that, let's just test our BMS if it is working, and let's see what is the battery output voltage. Okay, as you can see, it is 13.44 volts from the battery. Yeah, if I connect my positive and I take out my output from the BMS, is again showing me 13.44. Absolutely the same as my battery voltage. Yeah, 13.44. So my BMS on all the connections are working perfectly fine. Okay, now I'll connect my wire over here. Okay, the blue wire, and I'll connect a red wire from the positive output to with my black wire from the output of the BMS, and that's when my battery will be completed. I'll also be closing this, right, so that there are no wires hanging out. Okay, and the leads are completely closed, right, which will give more protection to the battery. Good evening friends, हमारी बैटरी तैयार हो गई है. Here our battery is ready, as we can see. Yeah, okay, I have covered the BMS just with a tape, right? Currently I have not covered anything over here. Okay, that's because I wanted to attach my wires, right? I brought my wires. Okay, just attached it with a plug, that's it. And I also brought my, yeah, here is my battery casing. Okay, this will be the casing for our battery. Let's remove it and see. Yeah, this is the casing for my battery. Okay, right, my battery will sit in this metallic container, really safe. Okay, these are the two holes from which I'll have my positive and negative wires coming out. Okay, this is my battery negative. Similarly, I'll have my battery positive coming out from here. Yeah, and then for that I have made my wires, right, and I also put in an Anderson connector. Okay, this is how I will have my wires. Okay, I'm inputting it right now so that I'm able to take it out straight away. Yeah, and after that our battery is completely totally ready. I'll put the connectors and then I'll come back on. Our battery is all ready now. Okay, this is my battery casing and these are the screws for my casing. Okay, and this is a handle. This is a handle for the battery, right? Battery casing, will attach this handle and our battery will be completely ready. Okay, I have attached the negative and the positive leads. Yeah, it's always a good idea to insulate your, yeah, so I am insulating this. It's important that we should insulate it all. Everything should be insulated. And here I am insulating my leads. Okay, after it's done, this is my battery, it's all ready. Okay, with the Anderson connectors, right? I'll take some more wire out. Okay, we don't need so much wire inside, so I'll take some more out, right? This will be my wire inside. Okay, I'll take some more wire out, right? It's all ready. Now my battery is all ready to be connected, and here we are. This is done. This is ready, all ready. Now I'll just put the screws on the battery. These are my screws. I'll put them on the battery. Now I'll put the battery handle. Then we'll test out the battery. Now our battery is completely ready. Here we are. We can lift it like this. Okay, and take it around. Right. Anywhere we can move it. Okay. This will be used for our UPS. Okay. Here we are. This is our final battery. Okay. The wires have been tightened. Okay. Fine. Let's now check out the voltage of this battery. We'll put it on 20 volts and see. Here we are getting 13.46 volts. Yeah, 13.46, 13.47 volts. Here you are. Can you see that? 13.46, 13.47 volts. Yeah, 13.44 volts. So our battery is all ready. Yeah, it can start working wherever we want. This will be connected to an inverter, right? This becomes our inverter battery, and it's fairly easy to lift, right? There it is.